Hello everybody, this is a lecture series on mechatronics of VTU 17ME 754, that is the course code, and I am Dr. B. Krishna Prabhu, Professor and Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Canara Engineering College. So in this session we will see the third module of mechatronics, that is on PLC, and this is a sixth lecture in the lecture series. In this lecture we will see something on the programming of PLCs. In the previous fifth lecture we have already seen some of the components of this programming and how to do this programming and what are the ways by which a PLC could be loaded with the programs that we are writing. Those things we have seen in the previous lecture, that is lecture 5. So in this sixth lecture we will see something about the instruction list in ladder programming. We also will see the different sets of instructions that are used in building a program in the text format, and these sets are given by IEC, Mitsubishi, Amron as well as Siemens. So these four sets we will see, and we will see how these four sets or how the instructions written in these four sets are different from each other. And then at the end of this particular session we will see few examples of ladder programming, and we will try to write the instruction sets for this ladder programming. So rather we will write the instructions for this ladder programming at the very end. First of all, coming to instruction list in ladder programming, we already know that in ladder programming every horizontal rung represents a line of a program. So one single code is represented in the form of a rung, which is a horizontal line. And when we have many such horizontal lines, or when we have many such codes, the total ladder becomes a program. So that is why it is called a ladder programming. So programming normally is a set of instruction, and every instruction is written on one rung, and multiple rungs whenever we have in any ladder programming or ladder diagram, then it is called a complete programming. It is also called as a ladder language. And a programmer can make use of many different ways by which he can write the programming. He can input that programming into the PLCs, store it in PLCs, convert it into machine language, so on and so forth. There are multiple ways by which this could be done, and more detailed lecture on this one we have already done in lecture 5. So either one can make use of a computer in order to write the instruction code, convert that one to machine code, and then store it in a PLC memory, or one can use a handheld device and program the PLC directly, or one can also make use of a desktop PC for with proper software to write a instruction code for ladder programming, and that instruction code could then be transferred to PLC. So these are few ways by which instruction or ladder programming could be done and loaded into PLC. This is important. There is an alternative way for entering a program, and that is to translate the ladder program into a instruction list. This is what we are seeing in this lecture. That is, we are mainly concentrating on instruction list. Okay, so we can write a ladder program and then convert that ladder program or translate that ladder program into instruction list. Now note that ladder program is a graphical representation, something like a flow chart, which we normally use in regular coding. And instruction list is a textual way of representing the program. It is something like a pseudocode that is written in a normal coding, right? So instruction list is somewhat similar to a pseudocode, whereas ladder programming is somewhat similar to flowchart. It is graphical representation, ladder programming. Textual interface or textual representation is the instruction list. And then this instruction list could be entered into the program panel or a computer. So once we do that one, then it is ready to be loaded into the PLC. Then it could be directly loaded into PLC, and PLC start executing these programs. Instruction list normally consists of a series of instructions. So let us just see what are the instructions that are available in different conventions. 4 conventions we already talked. Let us see what are the kind of instructions that are available. Here on the screen you are seeing the list of instructions under IEC, Mitsubishi, Omron and Siemens. So normally this instruction list is made as per the international standards IEC 1131-3, right? So here if we take say Mitsubishi convention, which is normally the one that is very widely used convention, if we refer it to this one, and if we write LD, this LD stands for the operator is LD for loading. So LD stands for loading. What is the operation done if we write LD? The operation is a load operand into the result register. So result register is loaded with the operand. What is the equivalent of LD on ladder diagram? Start a rung with open contacts. Open contacts means normally open, NO. Start a rung with the NO, normally open kind of a switch, right? So in IEC, Mitsubishi as well as Omron, it is represented as LD itself, but in Siemens normally we write a capital A. Now normally after writing this LD, we have to represent the address of that particular switch, and after writing the address, maybe in the bracket we can write some notes or some comments. We can write some comments in the bracket, but it has to start with an asterisk mark and it has to end with an asterisk. So basically after that instruction say LD, we have to write LD to be done in which address. So address is a must. Then it is optional to write an instruction for that particular command. So that instruction, if we are writing that instruction to the user, if we are writing, it should be written in a bracket, and it always should start with an asterisk and it has to end with an asterisk, right? And we have observed that loading operation is represented as LD in IEC, Mitsubishi as well as Omron, but it is represented as capital A in Siemens. The next operation could be LDI. Now note that in the previous one we have used normally open contacts, and if we are using normally closed NC, normally closed type of contacts, then LD is rephrased as LDI. So LD stands for rung with the open contact, whereas LDI stands for rung with the closed contacts. In Mitsubishi it is written as LDI, in IEC it is written as LDN, and LD naught in Omron, AN in Siemens. So this N naught I, those things will come whenever we make use of a closed contacts, normally closed contacts. Then we have different logical operation like AND operation. AND operation is represented as AND capitals followed by the address if needed, and normally address will not come over here. Normally with the LD, the addresses come. Then AND operation, which means a Boolean AND. Now whenever we write AND, it means that a series element with open contact is used. So open contact used in a series with the previous LD, that is AND. Now if normally closed is used, then it is to be called ANI or AND NOT in Omron, or AND N in IEC, or simply AN in Siemens. Right? Then there are other operations like OR operation, represented as OR if it is normally open contact, ORI if it is normally closed contact, and normally open and normally closed are represented something like this one. If there is no prefix mentioned, it is normally open. If it is I mentioned, then it is normally closed. If you are connecting something in series, then it is the AND Boolean is used. If you are connecting something, an element, if it is connected in parallel, then it is a OR used. So this is a simple list of instructions that are used. And finally, when we close a ladder programming, then we can say out, OUT, out. So that normally represents the end of any ladder programming or any instruction list. So next we will see some examples of ladder programs and just try how to convert that ladder program into a instruction list. First of all, let us take a AND operation, and we know that AND operation is nothing but a series circuit. And let us take two inputs A and B connected in series with each other, and let us say that it is normally open. So two normally open switches are used. One is connected at an address of X400, other is connected at an address of X401. So we are connecting two inputs in series with each other, and both of them are normally open. Then we have an output connected at a Y430. Okay. So let us we can write a ladder programming, and if we write a ladder program in a rung, then this is how it looks like. What may be the equivalent of this ladder programming in the instruction list? So this is how we have to write. First of all, we have to load to X400. So that is why, according to Mitsubishi convention, LD X400, LD X400. This LD very clearly means that we are starting with we are loading it to an address of X400, and in the bracket, if you want, you can write the comment over there. It has to be in the bracket and start with the asterisk, input at address X400. So input at an address of X400. Then note that we have connected one more normally open X401 in series. So obviously series means Boolean AND, that is why we have A and D, then followed by its address, that is X401. So Boolean X401, it means that add an input at the address X401. Then finally, to end that one up, we will get the output, and output is given at Y430. So that is Y out, which means that it is an output, Y430, which is a address. So this is how we can write a ladder program for AND operation and convert that ladder program into the instruction list. Next, we will see OR programming. We will see OR operation. So here we have the OR operation. Obviously, OR operation means connecting switches in parallel with each other. Let us say that we have two inputs. This is input A and input B connected in parallel with each other. And as you can see in the ladder programming, they are normally open type of switches. So two normally open switches, one at X400 and other at X401 are connected in parallel to each other, and those two switches are connected to a output at Y430. So this is what an OR operation ladder programming is. And the question is how to convert this one into a instruction cycle. So first of all, we have to load this particular switch, which is normally open. So that is why LD at X400. So the address is X400. So load or start a rung with the X400. Then we have to connect one more in parallel, which means OR. So that is why we have OR, that is Boolean OR, at which address? X401. X401. Note that it is not normally closed. That is why there is no mention of I. It is normally open. That is why there is no I. Then finally, output is connected at Y430. So this is what the output that we are talking about here from the ladder diagram. So this one is written in the instruction list as out Y430. Next, let us see two more. One is the NAND operation, and we know that NAND operation make use of normally closed switches. It is AND operation connected to a negation or N, NAND. AND plus NOT makes it NAND. So it is AND operation. That is why there are switches connected in series, but there is a NOT operation. That is why normally closed are used. So for NAND, we can see in the ladder programming or ladder diagram that two inputs are connected in series with each other, and both these inputs are normally closed. They are normally closed, and these two inputs are connected to a output at Y430. So how to write a instruction cycle for this one? So first of all, we have to load this particular X400 input. How to write it? LDI X400. What does LD stands for? Loading. What does I stand for? I simply means that it is normally closed kind of a switch. So a normally closed kind of a switch is loaded over here at an address of X400. Then one more normally closed is connected in series. That is why ANI. AN stands for AND, Boolean AND. I stands for normally closed. Right? Then that particular switch is connected at X401. It is connected at an address of X401. And finally, the output is at Y430. So this is what a NAND operation is. NAND operation, Boolean, the ladder programming and equivalent instruction set. That is what we can see on the screen. Next, last operation, let us say NOR. It is OR with a NOT gate, right? So it is a OR with the NOT connected to it. So OR very clearly says that it is connected in parallel. This N NOT stands for normally closed switch. So here two switches are connected in parallel to each other at address of X400 and X401, and these two switches are connected to output at Y430. So how to convert this ladder program into an instruction cycle? So first of all, we have to load this one X400. So LDI, I stands for normally closed, X400 at an address of X400. Then in parallel we are connecting one more, that is why we have Boolean ORI. Again I stands for normally closed, and this is connected at an address of X401. It is connected at X address 401. And finally the output is at Y430. So these are the few examples of writing instruction sets for ladder programming. So one can think of writing a ladder programming itself, then convert it into machine code and load it to PLC, or one can also write this instruction set directly and convert that one to machine code and then load it into PLC and execute that particular program. So I hope it is clear how to write a ladder programming and how to convert a ladder program into instruction cycle. So here we have one more example, that is a XOR, exclusive OR gate. So this ladder programming we have already seen in lecture 5. Now in this particular lecture we have to see how to convert this one into a instruction cycle or instruction set. Okay, so let us just see over here. Here basically there are two branches with the two input. First input is input A, other input is input B. In this particular branch we have input A at X400 and input B at X401. Similarly, on the other branch, we have two inputs. Again, same two inputs, input A and input B. Input A is at X400, input B is at X400. The only difference between this branch and this parallel branch is that here input A is normally open, whereas here input A is normally closed. In this branch, input B is normally closed, whereas over here input B is normally open. So a series of normally open and normally closed are connected as shown in the figure in two parallel branches, and finally it is connected to the output at Y430. Right? Let us see how to convert this one into a instruction cycle. So here we have the instruction set. First of all, we have to input input A to a switch at X400. That is why we have LD X400. That stands for this particular input. Then in the same branch, we also have one more input, that is input B, which is connected at X401, and it is normally closed. That is why we have an AND operation, which means that connected in series, A and I, which means that something is connected in a series and it is normally closed. Which address? X401. So these two lines take care of these two inputs or these two switches. Now we also have one more connected in parallel, for which first we are going to load X400. So that is why again we have written LDI now. Now we have I because this is normally closed. So we have one more, we have the loading taking place here, LDI at X400, and it is again connected in a series. So that is why AND operation. Note that there is no I because it is normally open and it is at X400. Then what does this means? ORB. What is the meaning of this one? Now this means that first branch and second branch are connected in parallel with each other. So Boolean OR normally says that it is connected in parallel. So that is Boolean. So it is connected in parallel, and finally output is at Y430. So this is the output that we are talking about. So first these two lines take care of this particular branch, Second lines take care of the second branch, that is these two switches, and this particular line tells us very clearly that these two branches are connected in a parallel to each other. And finally last line stands for the output, which is connected at Y430. So that is what we have in this particular lecture. I hope it is clear how to convert a ladder program into a instruction cycle as per the Mitsubishi convention. So thank you very much for joining this particular lecture. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. We will see one more lecture in lecture 7. Till then, bye for now. Thank you.